Thank you so much, Toastmasters Kishan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Kishan a big round of applause here. I think it has perfectly done a good job by explaining what Toastmasters is all about. However, in my speech today, I will be also highlighting on my journey here as a Toastmaster. Before I begin, ladies and gentlemen, tell me, what are the first 3 words that comes into your mind when you think of me? Type it at the comment chat. I want to have a look. What is the first 3 words that you think of me when it comes into your mind? All right, energetic, bubbly, pretty. Keep it going, keep it going. Anything else? Is it passionate? All right, that's good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. And fellow Toastmasters, my name is Vivian. I am a professional MC and a visual host. Inexperienced, vertically challenged, not presentable. That was what was the label on me 5 years ago. Can you imagine those 3 words on a person like me? Not really, right? It's okay. Let me show you how I look like back then. Does this sound a bit familiar? Inexperienced, vertically challenged, and not presentable. That's right. That was me back then 5 years ago. So will you prefer someone like that? Or will you prefer someone like me for your eye pleasure? I want to know your answer. That was cute. Thank you so much, Jocelyn. Most of the answer here would be this version. Because now in today's world, being someone that is outspoken, someone that is outstanding and outshine makes your opinion matters, makes you an authority to others. Your peers and your friends will be swarming to you like bees, and opportunities will be flowing to you repeatedly, be it in your career or your personal life. And on top of that, you are people's top of mind. Whenever someone mentioned about a certain industry, you will appear. So let's have a game a little bit here. Tell me then, what is the first thing that comes into your mind when we talk about traveling? What is the first thing here? You think about traveling. All right. Happy? Okay. Other than that, anything that comes into your mind when you relate to traveling? Do I see any country? Road trip. Okay, I see road trip here. Food. All right. First class. Wonderful. You see, you will relate to items like this. And what about when I say entrepreneurs? What do you think about? Money. That's a little bit realistic, but I like it. Successful management. Good. And last but not least, when I say public speaking, what do you relate it to? Fear. Face everything and run away. That's what fear stands for. And scared to die, excited. Okay, there's plenty of answers related to all these 3 topics. Now, why do I ask you to talk about this? Because one thing very simple. Have you heard of out of sight, out of mind? Now, if today, when I talk about public speaking, when I talk about entrepreneurs, the first thing that comes out in your mind is not yourself. You are totally out of sight. And you are considered outcasted, outdated in the industry. Now that we know how important it is, we are all aligned right now, I want to address the elephant in the room. There are 2 things that we can do to accelerate this process here. First of all, you need to be seen to have this virtual presence. What do I mean by having a virtual presence? Be it appearing on your Facebook, be it appearing in your Instagram, some of you, LinkedIn account, or YouTube account. Because with the advanced technologies that we have here today, it has made our visibility so much easier. All you need to do is just take a photo, pop it onto your social media account, or better, start taking your phone and roll the camera. Now, lately, the most recommended method will be going live. Do you agree with me? Because by going live, you actually have a broader range of target audience and you get to reach to your target audience easier. So you can actually go live either through Facebook platform, your YouTube platform, LinkedIn platform, or even Instagram platform. And trust me, the more you do this, the easier it is at hand for you. So start early, because by the time when you are already developing a loyal followers, a loyal customers together, growing with you. I'm going to give you a few examples here. When we talk about live, there is a famous local live streamer, Jack Lim. His Chinese name, Lam Tak Wing. So Jack Lim, he's a radio DJ in My FM, and he has been known that he did a Facebook Live and he managed to sell 20 apartment units that cost a total of 6 million ringgit in less than 8 seconds. That was a totally out of the world achievement. For how many of us can we do that? Can we earn 6 million ringgit even in a year? But by going online, Jack Lim managed to do that in just 8 seconds. Most person we can think of is a seafood live host. Now, Wang Lei, used to be an opera stage performer, has transformed himself to a Facebook live host selling seafood. Now, with his stage presence, with his online presence, he's managed to gain and garnered lots of followers. And every time he goes live, he's got tens of thousands of people watching him, supporting him, be it good feedbacks or bad feedbacks. Those are called feedbacks. Those are called marketing, branding for himself. And there are so many different types of Facebook live streamers or live hosts out there. They are using this method to gain visibility, to gain presence for their own brand, for their personal branding as well. And you can almost do everything and anything, from food, from appliances, makeup, skincare, anything you can think of, you can actually bring it online. So now that everyone is online, I want you to think for yourself. Are you or your business online right now? Or are you watching these people online? Because it really does make a difference. In that 30 minutes to an hour live, that is actually your best opportunity to sell yourself, because your perceived image to your audience appear during that short time frame. However you want to portray to your customer, to your audience, is during that short window frame of 30 minutes to an hour. If you want to be professional, suit up, make up. Now, if you want to be entertaining, you can have engagement with your audience, just like what I'm doing here with you all, typing questions, getting your answers at the chat box. Now, if you want to be a knowledge expert today, you've got to start to share your knowledge and your expertise with your followers. And ladies and gentlemen, the best way to begin is right now. Now, I'm not going to talk a little bit more about virtual presentation, but because I want to focus more on the second thing today, which is being presentable, because that is one of my weakness 5 years ago. See, being presentable, whenever we say it, it actually relates to us on first impression. And to be honest, in this world right now, especially in the professional corporate world, how you dress up, how you appear in front of others matters, because your first impression will always last. And all these images here will be kept in mind by your competitor, by your followers, by your customers. So let's have a look again here. Tell me someone that is outstanding in a political industry. Who do you think is someone that is outstanding? It can be in local, Malaysia, or it can be in overseas. Let me know. See, for me, I think that Barack Obama, I think that Said, or local, Hannah Yo, I like that answer. Yep. Okay, if there's any other answers, there are so many great speakers out there in political industry. And someone in entertainment industry, let me know. I would go for Ellen DeGeneres. I would go for So I'm Jen, Dr. Jason Leong. That's a perfect example of entertainment industry. And currently, I think there's many stand-up comedians has rise up. Even our Uncle Roger. Now, name one person that is outstanding in your own industry. Who has excelled perfectly well in your own industry? I want you to think about it. You do not need to tell me, but you can let me know at the comment box. Oh, Gordon Ramsay in Jack Cot's industry. Well, now if you put all these people together, I want you to relate all these people together in a pool. Do you realize that they all possessed a same trait? One same excellent trait that is called public speaking. You see, public speaking is actually a skill. It's a speaking form of speaking to one person or a group of people in an organized way to either inform, entertain, to persuade, or to influence. And all these people that we have talked about, they possessed the excellent skill of presenting themselves. Now let's come back to what I mentioned earlier on about your presentation, how you present yourself. We said about first impression, and they always say that don't judge a book by its cover. I would always wish that this saying would come true. However, it doesn't appear, because if it does, I would be famous 5 years ago. However, take a look at me right now. I have to undergo a different transformation to assert my authority in my own industry. So dressing well will not only increase your self-confidence, but it will also help you to attract other people and impress your target audience. But when we talk about presentable, it also means from the inside out. The way we present ourselves, the choice of words, the eloquency and fluency of your language, your pronunciation and your enunciation. Now, the most legendary example I can think of for all of you will be when the Minister of Women, Family and Community Department, you all know, Rina, she gave a legendary speech that got backfired. From that speech, that international, that global speech, the way how she carries herself representing Malaysia, the way how she enunciate and pronunciate, it all makes a difference. To put in context, what comes out from your mouth here is very important. So to all the gentlemen in the room here today, I want to ask you one simple question. Ladies, you can agree with me. Guys, how do I look in this dress? What would you say? Now, when a female is asking you this question, what will you say? Don't think too much. Tell me your first answer. I want to know, what is your first answer? Confident. Of course. Stunning. Okay, what I meant was when a lady asks you, how do I look in a dress? What will you usually first say? Oh, Kishan. Yep, okay. Now, all these answers that we've gotten here in the chat box has received professional training, because the standard answers, the usual answers that you will get is, okay, Dear, you look fine. Not bad lah. Those are the standard answers. But when you face situations like that, especially for Toastmasters, since we have all undergone trainings, we all know how to use better words. We all know how to wrap up our words by saying words like, oh dear, you look stunning, you look beautiful, it fits you like a glove, and no matter what you wear, you always look the best. Think about it. If you were to say something like this, you would definitely escape World War III from home. So be incredibly wise with your choice of words. The good public speakers, they are not born. In fact, they are made. We are all not perfect. And it is actually our desire to advance, to improve our public speaking skills that draw us closer and closer to perfection. The art of public speaking goes beyond just reading out words, reading out our speeches. And fortunately, in this current world, if you have the passion, if you have the determination, you are able to learn the essential qualities of a public speaker. And you are definitely on a way to becoming one yourself. All these good public speakers, they have one thing in common. They practice and practice hours after hours, days after days, months after months, and year after year, just to hone their craft to perfection, just to hone that one speech that can impact the whole world. Usually their speeches will be like a song that's strung to the rhythm of your heart. Now, I personally admire this political idol, John F. Kennedy, if you know him. His famous speech, ask not what the country can do for you, ask what you can do for the country. If you have not heard about that speech, I strongly recommend all of you go ahead and pay attention to that speech. Because in that speech here, you will realize that he has actually put in a lot of efforts, especially in rhetorical devices. How he excellently used his English, the master of language, and how he delivered himself confidently in public. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after knowing all that I need to improve, I began picking myself up from where I fell. I joined Toastmasters in the year of 2017, and I think that was definitely the best decisions I've ever made. Ever since I became a member, I understood what it takes to deliver a good speech. You need three things, namely confidence, passion, and the key message. The society and internet has definitely influenced all of us in so many ways and has put all of us with a label and a tag. A lady, you must be slim. A lady, you must be tall and you must be robust. And a successful person, you must have Mercedes, you must have cash, you must living in a penthouse. And when we are sick, we must take what? Panadol. When we are sleepy, we must drink Starbucks. For me, in this case, people has put a label. An MC, you must be tall, you must be pretty, you must look good. But I do not possess all these things. And all this has actually affected me when I just started in this industry. It crushed me so badly that all my confidence has dropped. I had a rough patch in the beginning of my career, and I was actually very, very blessed because it was in the beginning. After I learned all these things, and I did not succumb in my situation. I learned and I picked up all the skills to improve myself. And the best thing I did was to improve on words, the word play. And in word play, there are so many things you can look into because as we all know, there are 26 letters in the alphabet. The researchers in Harvard and in Google, they have done something in 2010, said that they estimate in the world, there are more than 1 million words. And there are only 170,000 of them being used. For native English speaker, each of them has averagely used 20,000 to 30,000 words. What about the rest of the words? Why are we not utilizing it wisely? And in rhetorical device, in wordplays, there are so many things you can look into. There are triads such as cool, calm, composed, get up, dress up, turn up, good, better, best. Metaphors. Life is like a box of chocolate. Ice cream is happiness in a cone. And similes, as well as oxymoron, I will share with you the known secret in public speaking. The best of all, happily marriage. So by knowing and learning all this right choice of word, I was able to improve and elevate in my career. I've landed so many dream jobs of mine. It has brought me to international stage to host for audience in Korea, in Thailand, in Cambodia, and in Singapore. On top of that, I even had the opportunity to participate in contests, to even take up leadership roles like area directors, president, vice president as well. Because of all these excellent traits that I've been practicing, honing, and brushing up in this 5 years' time. I practice what I preach. Therefore, I became who I am today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you too want to be outstanding, outspoken, and outshine, I highly encourage all of you to start right now. Start building your virtual presence. Start practicing your public speaking skills. Look into the art of words, wordplays, crafting and honing your speech. Let your words represent who you are, and be very cautious with the selection of it. By doing so, my confidence levels has definitely increased. I am here because of all these opportunities that I've got. And because I'm able to speak today, I get to know all 17 of you guys. Now imagine if I did not have the opportunity to speak, I will be sitting there admiring the speaker. But instead, when I'm here speaking, I get additional 17 followers, additional 17 people knowing my name. So if you want to be outstanding, outspoken, and outshine, this is what I have for all of you. Heed my advice, and one day you can be like me. Rome wasn't built in a day, neither did I. It took me years to practice, and you too can do that as well. If you think that you are ordinary, trust me, you can be extraordinary in a matter of time. Perseverance is the key to success. From inexperienced, ordinary, not presentable, to outstanding, outspoken, and outshine. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not begin, one day you will be outdated, outmoded, and outworn. Back to you, Kishan.
Thank you very much, Vivian. And wow, look at those triads of outs that you heard at the end. That you need to outshine, be outstanding, and outspoken. Otherwise, you'll be outdated, outmoded, and out something out. That was beautiful use of wordplay. I always love hearing things like that. Thank you for